Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm a 737 pilot and a member of PMDG's tech team. Today let's do another two short flights in the Vision Jet, and we've actually found the perfect VATSIM event for that one, in that we are going to fly between two rather small cities in Kuala Lumpur across the Strait of Malacca. My apologies, by the way, in case we do have any Greek viewers today. Malacca is not the Malacca that you know. So this is our general plan for the day today, and we are going to fly from Medan to Penang, which is just a very quick hop across the Strait of Malacca, planned at just around 33 minutes of flight time. Weather over here does promise to get a little bit interesting, in that this region in general does see some thunderstorms around this time of the year. And looking at the forecast over here in Kuala Namu, we have broken clouds, 1700, 26 degrees, and the forecast indicates a little bit of haze throughout the evening, but that shouldn't affect us, so overall weather is okay. No temps, just a little bit regarding COVID and some concentration of birds. And some runway closures here during the local night time. Our destination is in light rain, 26 degrees as well, temporarily visibility 5000 in rain. And a few clouds, 1700 CB are forecast, and that will affect us on our flight. NOTAM-wise, unmanned aircraft flights, that's not all too interesting. Again, runway closures during the night, so that's a bit of a problem. And for our alternate Langkawi, the weather is forecast good as well. They do have some fireworks over the night in the Four Seasons Resort. Okay, not gonna be too much of an issue. So overall, that is the conditions that we're dealing with. And looking at the significant weather chart, might even have to zoom out a bit. Here we go. The area is covered from some isolated embedded cumulonimbus clouds, but as you can see, not too much a problem right here, right now as well. So I would say for the day, we load up our Vision Jet with a full complement of fuel. That should cover the round trip. And that's pretty much it. So this is our ride of the day, the November 737 November Golf, Cirrus SR50 Vision Jet. Single engine jet. You have probably seen it already in my previous live stream. And first thing for us to do is actually to get rid of all the coverings over here. And to do that, we have to power the airplane up. And then we can do everything in the touch controllers down here. I'll take this one to the MFD, Virtual Aircraft Management System. Let's get the storage cover and the covers and protectors off our plane. This looks quite a bit better, doesn't it? Okay. Let's do a little bit of initialization here. Database status, Navigraph charts are available, very good. System test, please go ahead and perform your pre-flight tests.
Stall.
Okay, initial fuel, we'll synchronize it. We have a full complement of almost 300 gallons of fuel on board. Weight and balance, 180 pounds each, and for the passenger cabin, we have it in a in a 5-seat family configuration today. So we've got to add like 40 pounds for each of the unmanned seats that we have up here to take the weight of the seats into account. The weight of the seats is actually not taken into account by default, because they do say that the seats can be removed so quickly that they have just not bothered to include it in the weight and balance record. No luggage. We won't need any today. Let's go ahead with our flight plan then. It's going to be a Very quick flight, just a single jetway in here. And here we go, SimToolkit Pro, as always. My favorite tool, Whiskey India Mike Mike. Destination, Whiskey Mike Kilo Papa. Procedures, let's see, we'll be using the Gotthard 2 Alpha departure. From runway 05 most likely. You may load this please. And then we'll follow Golf 468 towards Gune. Load airway. And for our arrival, let's enter the star as well. It's gonna be the Madam 1 Echo arrival, most likely. To our runway 04, and we can load that up. Okay. Caution is acknowledged, it's just a probe heat that is currently off. And that is pretty much the feeding of the FMS completed here. And Yoda, well, Master Yoda. The application I'm using for there is called SimToolkit Pro. Very nice tool that is able to show your SimRe flight plan, track your flights, give you some landing information, etc. Okay, so we will need some charts as well. So this is where we are. Oops. This is where we are. We're gonna have to taxi straight out. Most likely Sierra and Alpha, I guess, and then we'll take intersection Golf, or the full length as applicable. Okay, so before our batteries run dry, let's quickly take out the checklist and actually start getting our engine started. And when that is complete, we will go ahead with the remainder of the setup. So before engine start checklist, pre-flight inspection, complete, door latched, park and brake, on, battery 1 and 2 switches, on, generator 1 and 2 switches, on, external ground power, disconnected, verify FADEC channel is displayed, we have FADEC channel A showing over here. Okay then, let's get our clearance. And have a listen to the HOTAS real quick. 126.3.
QNH1006. All aircraft mentioned aircraft type. PRKG-10. Pop and red. Inform ATC on initial contact that you have received information Alpha. Advise on initial contact. You have information Alpha. This is Automatic Terminal Information Service for Kuala-Namu International Airport Information Alpha. Runway 23 for departure arrival. Weather report at 1100 Zulu UTC. Wind 290 at 5. Visibility 9000. Ceiling 1700 broken. Temperature 26. 2.24. QNH1006. All aircraft mentioned aircraft type. PRKG-10. Pop and red. Inform ATC on initial contact that you have received information Alpha. Advise on initial...
Okay, so we have information Alpha, and that is what we are going to use. Kuala-Namu Tower, good evening, November 737 November Golf at Cirrus SR50 at the stand 18, information Alpha request clearance. Yeah, it helps if you use the correct frequency.
mention
And I just
aircraft
saw a
type.
ground controller came online at this very
PRKG-10.
moment, so
Pop and wreck.
let's call the ground first then. Following ground, good evening, November 737 November Golf at Cirrus SR50, information Alpha request clearance.
737 November Golf, I'm ground standby clearance number 1.
Ooh, that is a quick talk. That's a very quick talk there. He's probably just doing his setup, I guess, so let's give him a minute. In the meantime, how's our battery doing? Well, 23. Not very good, but I don't think that... It's probably not realistic that the battery is bleeding off this quickly. What we can do in the meantime, we just heard on the HOTAS that they are indeed using a different runway 23, so we might just load that procedure in already. So, runway 23 on of departures. I guess that's what we're looking at. Or not. Might be the continued chart. Yeah, that's it. So we go on the runway track, 2,000 feet, right turn to EJ, then right turn to Sade, and Sade is above 9,000, let's put that in. From there we go to Dayham, above flight level 140.
737 November Golf, clearance available.
737 November Golf, ready, copy.
737 Golf, cleared, Penang, level 200, good luck to Bravo departure 23 Fox 2521.
November 737 November Golf is clear Penang, flight level 200, Gotla to Bravo departure, squawk 2521, request startup.
737 November Golf, read back correct.
No startup clearance yet. Oh, doesn't look like it. Or he just didn't understand us. That's possible as well, of course. So, flight level 200. And let's just check real quick if there is any note on the chart about an initial climb. But it sounded to me like we can climb all the way to a cruising level straight away. Okay, well, let's get a pushback clearance. Or rather, let's get GSX to connect the pusher at all. If they can. If they want. I think want is probably the thing, not can. Oh, they are doing something. That's always good news if GSX is doing, you know, something.
So, Captain, we are ready for pushback.
Jordan, hi. Well, enjoy your first long-haul flight then. Definitely better than doing all those hundreds and hundreds of turnarounds.
Departure check completed. Bypass being inserted.
Enter 132 request taxi.
Okay,
Enter 132, follow the Malaysian in front of you by route number 11.
for the departure briefing, we go straight ahead. That's the user waypoint we have on the flight plan, then a right turn out. We just check that routing. So EJ, Saturday, Dayham, 140, and then we go to Bilas, Buffalo 190, and Gotla. Yeah, they say above 230, but our cruising level is actually below that. So Bilas 190, we can put that in. And we'll disregard the Gotla restriction as we don't plan to climb that high. But we'll discuss with ATC if they want us that high, we can do it as well. Okay. That's pretty much our takeoff briefing. November 737, November Golf, request pushback and startup. And he's probably going to complain about the squawk now, because I forgot to put that in
November
it.
Golf, push and start approved, face north, east, QNH 1007.
Push start approved, face northeast, QNH 1007, November 737, November Golf. Okay, so squawk is in and on. 2521 and facing northeast, so that's with the nose to the right hand side.
Release parking brakes.
Okay, before start checklist. Strobe light. On, cast messages checked, thrust lever idle, brakes hold, and next up is going to be the engine start. Okay. Brakes off.
All engines.
Ouch. What was that? Did GSX mess it up again? Yeah, they did. Good job, GSX. Very good job. I am utterly impressed. November 737, November Golf. Our pushback is not working. Can we start the engine on stand and then taxi straight out thereafter?
737 November Golf, roger, start approved, advisory taxi.
Startup approved, Wilco, November 737, November Golf. Lovely. Okay, that much about GSX. And let's go ahead with the engine start. So, engine start not to run. And fuel pump message is checked. And let's start the engine. So, 25 and 2, we have positive and 1. Be prepared to abort the start if any exceedance occurs. That looks like a good start to me. So, engine indications, all normal. Engine NTI is not required, ECS control panel. We want a cool temperature. We'll put the fan into auto and we take the control up in the front. External GPU disconnect. So, oxygen on, fresh air on, probe heat on. Avionic initialization complete. Caps pin is removed.
Malaysia 435.
Passengers brief, seatbelt secure, bleeder switch is on.
Malaysia 435, roger.
Default taxi checks. Nav comms and radio set, clearance obtained, altimeter 1007 set, transponder set, heading initial altitude. Well, altitude is set, and for the heading we'll just synchronize it when on the runway. Flight controls. Let's do the flight control check. Up. So, flight controls checked. Trim is gonna go to 6 units now. Flaps. %, roll trim set, toga button. Pressed, cast messages are checked, and seat must be in the upright position. Okay, parking brake is still released, and the brakes are checked before taxi checklist complete. November 737, November Golf, request taxi.
737 November Golf, taxi runway 23 via route number 222.
Taxi route. Sorry, taxi hold runway 23 via route 2 in Zulu. November 737, November Golf.
Radar 132, contact tower 118.
So, taxi routes, takeoff runway 23.
118.6, I need a 132.
He said Uniform 2, so that is Uniform Tango Bravo Charlie. Actify uniform, left Tango, right Bravo, on point Charlie. And we just need that on here as well. A 737 November Golf, just confirm uniform 2.
737 November Golf, sorry, take it.
A 737 November Golf, just confirm the taxi route again, uniform 2 or Zulu 2?
It's Zulu 2.
Thanks, via Zulu 2, 737 November Golf. Okay, so, clear on the left, clear on the right. I will have to take the, let's just call it the not so friendly route. Put on the headphones, and off we go. So, to the right-hand side. Why is GSX always so lovely? I don't get it. But yeah, Bob, GSX, greatest ever meme software. You name it. Okay, clear right, clear left. So, Zulu 2 is then Sierra, Uniform Tango, so we go straight here and then off to the right via Tango. And Bravo, Charlie. Okay. So, clear left, clear right. Then next to the right. Interesting taxi system they have here, by the way, with those standard routes.
Leisure 435, contact down 1863.
Victor 118.6, Malaysia 435.
Okay, then to the right over here. Then next left. And from here we continue via Bravo and Charlie. This makes me wonder, Bravo simply ends there. So we gotta switch from Alpha 5 to Alpha then? That doesn't seem very correct. Oh no, it's of course to the right hand side. My mistake. I was still in the mindset for runway 05. Okay. So this definitely looks much better. So and then Charlie is the full length. A little bit of wind here that makes it not so easy to stay on the center line. So, departure briefing, straight ahead 2000, right turn. Might have to do that manually in the flight plan page down here. Apart from that, climbing flight level 200, and the SID is, as we discussed earlier on, any emergencies, no turns back below 1000 AGL, and that should be pretty much it. You have any questions about that briefing?
737 November.
And he just broke up. Yeah, sorry you broke up after the registration. Say again for 737 November Golf. November 737 November Golf, say again. Looks like his microphone died. 118.6 he just sent via text. 118.6 November 737 November Golf. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Okay, let's do the before takeoff checklist. Departure briefing, complete, landing lights. Well, looks to me like we should only do this after our takeoff clearance, so let's get that first. Kuala Tower, good evening again. November 737 November Golf, ready for departure.
November 737 November Golf, Delta wind 3005, knots, unit 1007, clear for takeoff, 23.
Runway 23, clear for takeoff, November 737 November Golf. Okay, so lights on, probe heat on, and the checklist. Landing lights on, probe heat on, engine anti-ice off, wing stabilizer anti-ice off, CAS messages checked, trim 6 units, flaps 50%, verify the takeoff emergency, battery CAS message is not displayed, it's not displayed. Multifunctional windows, configure, before takeoff checklist complete. Okay, so speedbox on, timer, takeoff. Takeoff thrust set, indications normal. Just quickly match that heading bar. 80 knots. Rotate. Oh, that wind is quite aggressive indeed. And gear up. So we'll accelerate to 160 knots. We're above 120, flaps up.
November 737 November Golf, 121 question, contact radar 1212.
121.2, November 737 November Golf. Thank you, see you later.
See you.
Okay, 1212. Radar low, November 737 November Golf, passing 1300, climbing flight level 200.
November 737 November Golf, good day, Medan radar, climb flight level 200 by SID.
Climb flight level 200 by SID, November 737 November Golf. Okay, 2000 feet, start the turn to ERJ. And then we can go level change, nav, and autopilot. Now we've just got to be careful with those altitude restrictions here because they do require a rather steep climb. Steady at 9,000. But for now, after check the checklists, or climb checklist as you wish. So, thrust lever, MCG, enter parameters, monitor, cabin pressure is building, monitor, NPI is off, and at the transition altitude that's 11,000, so we've got a bit of time there. So 165 knots is the target for now. That's looking quite amazing outside.
Go ahead.
Tower, press, gyroscope, standby.
Copy.
I love how different all the different parts of the world actually look like. Mosato, I wonder if the brakes have to be tapped before gear up in this plane. Good question, honestly. Couldn't find it in the manuals, but I just do it because, you know, it doesn't cost me anything. And Beluga, the maximum flight level in the Vision Jet is 310. Okay, so yeah, to set a 9,000 shouldn't be a problem. I can actually put that auto throttle on. Yeah, climb. The Vision Jet cockpit really is looking interesting, isn't it? Like, you have the instruments more or less in the middle there, but this is the standard view, and we're just about sitting on the left edge of the PFD. Now, to be fair though, in real life, the PFD is only rarely used in this huge format. Normally, what I've seen is that they just put the charts on the right third there, and the PFD on the left 2/3, and then you kind of have the PFD directly in front of you. But unfortunately we aren't able to do that quite yet. But maybe with the aircraft and avionics update in January, the G3000 is going to see a huge overhaul then. So I'm really hoping that by the time that one comes out, we will get a significant improvement on the G3000. Finale, Servus. And Beluga, 310 is a bit high, isn't it? Well, to be honest, not really. I mean, if the plane has the performance to get there, which it does, then I don't see any problems going that high. You get a higher true airspeed, you might be able to clear a lot of weather, but if you're just looking for speed, then the optimum is somewhere in the region between 250 and 280 or so. There you are going to get the highest true airspeed.
Line in the 132, contact Lumpur.
By the way, that heading sync button here, when you push it in, that's not really working. Like, look at this. Just jumps off to the right.
Enter 132, selamat malam.
So, what's that weather looking like over there? The radar, you can go on, please. It's just the Asobo radar, but they do have a vertical scan mode in here. but let's just keep it at the horizontal. And we might want to change this over. We don't really need our chart anymore since we know where we are going now. So let's take the weather radar on the right hand side. But all green for now, that's good. If we zoom out a bit here, a little bit of weather along the route, but that shouldn't be too bad, I guess. Well, that one there, we will want to avoid that. But it's gonna take a while till we get there, so no need to rush anything yet. But looking outside, that might become a bit turbulent. So at this point, as a pilot, I would make pretty sure that all our passengers are actually properly strapped in. Aviation lover, can the 737 land while the auto throttle is on? Yes. I kinda like the layout of the aircraft over here. Or rather, the layout of the avionics, but I guess that gotta be good in an aircraft like this. We've passed the transition altitude, set standard, passing 130.200. So Saturday was above 9,000, and then we have day M above 14,000, won't be proper either. But you can see how this does become a little bit of a concern there when you're flying an aircraft like this. So we definitely want to be careful with the restrictions. If we have an aircraft that climbs only at 1,000 or 1,200 feet a minute, like we have right now, it's not guaranteed that you have an aircraft that is performing as well as a 737 that can just outclimb anything.
Malaysia 45, contact Lumpur radar 132.8.
Malaysia radar 132.8, Malaysia 45 to pilot.
Okay, Serhan, may I ask about the Rex weather? Do you use it? And what is your opinion? I don't use it, no. And in my opinion, the default Microsoft weather engine is very good. I don't see any need for any kind of weather add-on at the moment. So this is all default. And that is quite a ride if you ask me. Certainly looks impressive. Aviation lover, do you know if FS 2020 will get a discount? I have no idea. That's something you need to ask Microsoft, not me. But that weather just looks impressive, doesn't it? Well, the Vision Jet does as well, of course. Neat little airplane. Really neat little airplane. So, I've chosen flight level 200 as my final level today because the winds will be best for us, and because climbing much higher, while it would reduce our fuel flow a little bit, it would also mean that we'd have to maintain the speed that we are flying. So we are only doing 160 knots here in the climb, or true airspeed around 210, 220, and once we're level, it'll go up to 300 knots or so. So it really makes a difference in the flight time, but it doesn't make too much of a difference in the fuel burn if I would climb a bit higher, but then have to fly much longer. So 200 is actually optimum level for this route, and that's why I am going to stay down here. Michael, nice little plane. Flew it yesterday, a little frame rate unfriendly and not, and too bouncy. Okay, I didn't actually see it bounce all that much. Well, of course, it is tossed around by the wind a little bit more than other aircraft, but that is absolutely expected for such a light aircraft. Like, this thing is about a ton or so. And Kazan, I can't see any upper clouds on default. Example, some cirrus clouds. Yeah, that's true, unfortunately, but Maxar Flight Simulator just doesn't seem to model any cirrus clouds at all. Alex, so hyped for the 737 EFB, would love to see enough data Pro integration. Sadly, only the Aerosol 330 will have it. Yeah, that is unfortunately really a thing there. I would love to see enough data Pro featured as well. But for now, doesn't seem to be the case. I hope it is going to be in the future, but yeah. Pretty quiet on the ATC frequency here, isn't it? November 737, November Golf, radio check.
November 737, November Golf, rating device by 5.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a little bit quiet, so... Seeing that we are flying an event route and that the local time is just around prime time, I expected a little bit more traffic. That's why I was a bit confused, or rather a bit worried that our radio might have failed. And in those cases, it's always good just to do a radio check to see if stuff is still working the way it's supposed to. Okay, let's complete the climb checklist here. Well, completed. Okay, that was easy. So, flight level 190 restriction overhead Gilas, we will be able to meet that, and then there would be a 230 restriction at Gokla, but we are cruising below that, so no need to meet that restriction. Jerry, you can you can buy the airplane on the marketplace in Microsoft Flight Simulator. As far as I'm aware, that is the only place where you can get it, actually. Yannick, hi, nice to meet you. Okay, so right now, the auto throttle is set to use the speed references from the FMS, and that's why it's automatically accelerated to Mach 0.52 now, and that is the final cruising speed that we are going to use. Overall, the G3000, the real one, is a very sophisticated avionics system and a very well worked out one. So, what we see in Microsoft Flight Simulator at the moment really is only a small bit of what the real G3000 actually is. That's why I'm so much looking forward to the avionics upgrade coming in January, because that is going to add quite a bit of additional stuff that is currently just missing. Okay, Sehan, are you thinking of a paid subscription system to the channel? Well, thinking about something like that membership system YouTube has introduced, but I have to come up with some exclusive content or so that paid members could get. So, not 100% sure about that yet. And Michael, be a little bit careful with speculation on the EFB until Christmas, because that is only speculation. To my knowledge, there is no kind of official confirmation that any such thing would be promised. So, you know, they say that the more often something is said, or rather, if something is said very often, it will eventually be considered true. And that is very true on the internet. But that doesn't make it any more true in terms of what we can actually expect. So I'm kindly asking anyone not to spread rumors about possible releases, and while of course it would be nice to have something. Oh, we start picking up some ice.
Medan radar gede cleared.
So engine NEIs on. There's something on the wings as well.
Via Puger to
Possibly.
Delta Rifle. I expect
Let's put the wing NTIs on as well.
Ready descend 3000. Check the recorder.
Windshield, yes.
Clear for the island to reveal to Delta arrival.
Malaysia 2101 and ready descend. Correction, descend 10,000.
Right, so
Check the recorder.
NTIs is on. Let's see how good that actually works. The windshield is clean already. Let's see about the wing. Looks quite clean as well. We'll keep the engine NTIs on.
Medan radar gede cleared into Medan via Puger to Delta Rifle. Expect island to clear when ready descend 10,000. Follow.
Now it's getting a bit turbulent.
Okay,
What the weather radar showing? Primarily just occasional green. And the satellite image up here is okay as well. Only here we'll need a slight deviation, probably to the left. But apart from that, things do look quite okay to me. Well done, quick systems check. Man, that is really bouncy now. So what do we have? TAT -8, yeah. Look at that, density altitude is 22,000 feet, while we're actually only at flight level 200. That's quite some difference there. The density altitude is, after all, what our aircraft performance is going to be based on. Okay. Engine and fuel. Remaining distance around 1,100 nautical miles. Electrical power, everything green, no external power connected. That's expected. A little bit wondering about the battery 10 ampere indication down there. I guess it's just showing 0 because there is literally nothing currently using the battery. Ice protection. This is an important thing to keep an eye on, the IPS fluid. So we do have electrical pitot and AOA heating, but some parts of the aircraft, especially the windshields, are anti-iced using de-icing fluid. So we have a tank of de-icing fluid here, but if that runs empty, then we don't have de-icing available anymore. So that's something quite important to keep an eye on as we're flying along with this plane in icing conditions. And looking out right now, we are in continuous icing conditions here. But things are probably not going to get better if we climb or descend, so we'll just have to sit through it over here. I currently don't see any usable options to do anything different. Warning, flaps eyes. Okay, let's put the wing NTIs on again.
Instruction was to descend 10,000.
Even though I just don't see... Well, there's a little bit of ice on the back there. But the front seems quite clear to me. It's strange. Normally the leading edge would be where I would expect the ice to pick up and not the trailing edge. That seems to be cleared again. Let's just quickly check. If we're going for the wing anti-ice, it's not using any fluid. So that exclusively seems to be for the windshield. Let's see if we put that to high. Yeah. If we put the windshield anti-ice to high, that's where it starts using the fluid. So let's not do that for now, because it seems to me like the icing is working quite well. Okay, Sehan, thank you very much for the donation. 40 TYR, that is a... Boy, my apologies, what's the Turkish currency called again? Liras. Thank you very much. Michael, by the way, in reality, the Vision Jet deals with icing as good as simulated here. Okay, so that might be interesting. Well, after all, it's still a very small plane.
Contact with radar 132.8.
132.8, November 77, November Golf. Bye.
My S7701 descends to 7,000 feet, QNH 1007. Descend to 7,000 feet, QNH 1007, my S7701.
Lumpur radar, good evening, November 77, November Golf, flight level 200 in Mount Madu.
November 737, November Golf, for radar, good evening, identified, cleared into Penang, Madum 1 Echo arrival, ILS Zulu 04.
Madum 1 Echo arrival, ILS Zulu 04, November 77, November Golf.
77, November Golf, when ready, descend to flight level 130.
77, November Golf, when ready, descend level 130. That 130. Okay, Madam 1 Echo, we have that, and we can expect the ILS Zulu, and that is probably going to be from Cody. Do we have that? No. Do we have Istos? No. Then we have to have a look at the charts. Okay, so that is pretty much straight in towards the Cody as intermediate fix. Then let's have a look at the ILS chart. Oh, this is what I want. Okay, looks like it's straight in without any transition there. In other words, we'll probably have to play a little bit with it, because in here we cannot select no transition. But then let's take Gunib, because we're pretty much coming from Gunib already. So it's just a straight in approach then. Okay, before we activate that, let's go heading, because we're now playing with the active flight plan. Yeah, desynchronized, I kinda expected that. So, towards the Cody. Let's see if we activate that lag. Shows us kinda off the track. But I would say we just go directly to Cody over here. Now. Okay, so at the Fox, we want to be at 2,000 feet.
Continue via Uniform 3 Echo, after Uniform 4, Quebec 9.
VNAV, enable.
Continue taxi via Uniform 4.
Can it calculate anything? Probably not. Well, Gunip at 13,000, so how far is it to Gunip?
My sensor 01 take
What
it.
if we go direct there?
Possible to do
then
high
we
speed descent.
would have to turn to the other side.
My sensor 01 high speed descent is good.
And directly for you.
High speed descent approved my Air 7701. Sensor 01 and descent
Hello,
to 2,500.
Cody, please. Thank you.
Descent 2,500 feet, my Air 7701.
Sometimes I'm wondering why these aircraft do these things. Anyway, let's start our descent. Vertical speed, minus 2,000. So just to be 100% sure, on the arrival chart there is pretty much only above restrictions, so bottom above 7,000. That really won't matter too much. Okay. So the weather looks, well, not see anything. Okay, we're just about passing by that red spot there, but that's good enough for me. Good, time to read a checklist then. Move checks, everything else required, what a surprise. Descent checks, thrust levers required, landing field elevation 13 feet is checked, arc protection is on, and we're holding at the opposite. So for our destination, we're landing on runway 04, we'll locate to the left, so probably via Charlie there. And then it's going to be via Alpha, either Golf Hotel, parking somewhere up here. They don't seem to have any standard taxi routes as well, so that may make things quite a bit easier. Okay.
November 737 November Golf, descent to 3,000 feet, QNH 1007.
November 737 November Golf, descent 3,000 QNH 1007. That detailed check, set altimeter 1007, passing 15.3, descending 2,000 reflex 1%. That is what I'm looking for. Why is the auto throttle still adding thrust? It's still doing 62%, while the target speed is quite a bit below our actual speed. That doesn't seem logical. Let's go to manual thrust. Just maintain whatever you have there. And that should make our life quite a bit easier.
November 737 November Golf, it looks like you're a bit high in profile. Would you like to get rid of exit around?
737 November Golf, negative, we can do straight in.
Okay. In that case, clear island approach runway 04.
Good LS 04, 737 November Golf. Okay, let's go auto throttle idle. That should definitely make things easier. We have around 20 miles to run, so we are indeed quite high, but look at how easy the plane decelerates if that auto throttle doesn't add speed for no reason. I wonder why I did that. Didn't make any sense to me. Okay, complete that descent checklist. Transition altitude, altimeter's local, seatbelt secure. Approach checklist, approach brief complete, seats must be upright, ice protection. Yeah, we're clear of anything that can go back off. Lights on and holding the flaps. So we have to be at 2,000 feet at the Fox. We're cleared for the approach, so we can set our altitude down to 2,000. Look at how that speed is decreasing here. Really no problem whatsoever to get down. To be fair, the pitch angle is not very nice, so...
My 7701, set the twin cam runway.
Looking at that.
3, clear to left.
Oh, look at that. A little bit of ice indeed on the radome. But just on the radome. The wings are clear as we can see. A little bit on the non-de-iced part of the wingtip over there, but nothing on the leading edges, so not a problem. We can just keep descending.
And ground on 121.6.
Roger, 121.6. 5 flight. 5
So, why is the PFD saying Gunip to Gunip? We don't want to do anything like this. Just activate approach for me, please. That looks better. So, we might come in a little bit fast, but shouldn't be too much of a problem.
737 November Golf, contact Penang Tower on 121.1.
121.1 November 737 November Golf, g'day. Penang Tower, good day. November 737 November Golf, ILS Zulu 04.
November 737 November Golf, Penang Tower, good evening. Number 60503. Running west, running 04, clear to land.
Runway 04, clear to land. November 737 November Golf. Okay, wet surface. That's kind of expected. Because that approach sharp once more. It should have auto-tuned the ILS, but for some reason it doesn't look like we have the frequency in. Let's just do that manually. 109.9. Like this. And we're on the glide slope, very good. Speed is slowly coming back. And let's go to heading select. And going to the PFD menu, nav source, nav 1. Arm approach, localizer glide slope capture. Missed approach, climbing 4,300, okay. Set. And flaps 50%.
Penang Tower, this is Lion 522 requesting for the...
Complete the approach checklist. Flaps 50%, airspeed should be 140.
Departure after 180,
Good. Approach checks complete. And let's maintain those 140 knots until we're getting down to the final approach. Okay, 100 knots is going to be final. Passing 5 miles. Gear down. Flaps full. Cabin pressure, well, not really working. Windshield IPS off. Autopilot and airspeed, no problems. So let's see when we're gonna see something. We'll just keep the autopilot engaged until we're actually all the way down. Rockspeed, thank you very much for the €5 donation. Yannick, Autoland is not available to my knowledge. And German Flight Simulator, that FS realistic shaking is really annoying. You know what? I quite agree with you. So let's go at FS realistic. Off. Okay, we slowly start seeing something. I think that's a runway down there. Why is it not tracking the glide slope accurately?
Line 522 behind, any traffic, line up runway 04 behind.
Autopilot off.
Traffic behind, line
Lovely how glide slope and puppies disagree once again. It looks to me like the puppies are more correct here. Okay, we're down. I'll just let the plane roll because it is a long way to the exits.
November 37 November Golf, Becky is left on Charlie, jump to left and Alpha.
Left Charlie, left Alpha, November 737 November Golf. And here we go. So, left on Alpha.
November Golf, once vacated on ground 1.
Unvacated 121.6 November Golf. Bye. Ground hello, November 737 November Golf, vacated into Alpha.
Ground 2568, request pushback start. 058, stand back for push number 2.
Okay, that landing thing is complete.
Stand by, position 2, 2568.
Go around, we didn't have to do.
533, push start 2, face north.
So, off landing. Flaps up, NTIs is off, ProPeed.
55533, push start 2, face north.
Off, lights set, brakes, check, off landing checks complete.
November 737 November Golf, this is spinning around, thank you on Alpha and hold short of Golf.
Continue Alpha, hold short Golf, November 737 November Golf.
Take 121, taxi.
Okay, so Golf is the second taxiway there, and we're going to hold short of that.
Take 121, approaching Alpha, contact lane tower, 121.1.
Might actually want to park somewhere over there and not at the main terminal, so let's just tell them that. November 737 November Golf, we're requesting stand Bravo 9 or Bravo 11 or something. Can we hold short of hotel then?
November Golf, Roger, hold short of hotel.
Hold short hotel, November Golf.
November 168.
November 168.
Okay.
November 168, go ahead.
So, waiting over here. And Kesehan, can you make an on-off approach with a PMDG 738 between LTAC and LTCN at a time convenient for you? Yeah, I guess I can.
November 168, push start blue face south.
Let me write that one down in the recommendation.
November 168, push start blue face south, keep clear of Bay Alpha 3.
Push start approved, facing south, 253.
Alright guys, listen to the call sign before you answer, yeah? It might be for another person, so chill, calm down.
And Kesehan, could you just tell me, you want the on-off approach in Lima Tango Alpha Charlie or in Lima Tango Charlie November?
No apologies, please confirm ground, last transmission from you is for 258.
So it looks like we might have to wait a little bit here for that guy who's currently pushing.
Push start blue face south, keep clear of Bay Alpha 3.
So parking brake is set.
Start approved,
Let's just wait over here.
south.
And as we're waiting, we can just go ahead and start planning our return flight already. And German flight somewhere on off into LTCN, that's more interesting. And Ricardo, chill, calm down. Yeah, ATC seems a little bit annoyed, but I can absolutely understand him to be so. As a VATSIM controller myself, I do know that it is very annoying when people don't do what you request them to do. So, as we're waiting, let's go ahead and start planning the return flight. So, as a 50 Vision Jet, we are the November 737 November Golf. We do plan a maximum cruise, and we are going from what are we? Whiskey, Mike, Kilo, Papa. No, 2 Whiskey, India, Mike. So that's gonna be our route. We're familiar with the weather and everything. 0 passengers, and we do plan an hour block time for that. And let's see, our block time, hopefully 35 or so. Generate my flight, please. And Derek, well, to be fair, I'm currently at Penang, and yes, it is raining heavily now. Tropical storm monsoon season now, actually. Nice! I never expected that I would find someone who's actually at the real place right now. That's amazing.
November call continue via, I do have enough weekday appearance with the ATR with a pocket.
November Golf, affirm we do.
Roger, November call continue by Hotel Bay Bravo 7, unable to give you Bravo 95 service.
Okay, via Hotel to Bravo 7, and just confirm we're a private jet. Parking at the terminal is probably not the best place for us. We can wait for the other aircraft though.
Roger, Bravo 9 is available, however, do you have sufficient weekday appearance?
Bravo 9 and FM we do.
Roger, continue for Bravo 9 and thank you.
Continue Bravo 9 via Hotel 737 November Golf, thanks. Okay, we will be able to pass and throttle that guy.
Once again, request on seat.
Bamboo 168, taxi 1 Alpha via Foxtrot and Alpha.
Positioning for Alpha via Foxtrot.
Okay, so Bravo 9 is pretty much straight ahead. Will be no problem passing in front of the 737 whatsoever.
Hold position, 258.
And here we go.
Bamboo 168.
Hold position, Bamboo 168.
Cebu 568, continuing pushback and be advised.
Okay. I will park just a little bit, with
with
a little bit of space in front, because I don't expect GSX to get us out. So, we'll just park in a way that we can actually taxi out ourselves. Okay, then, checklist. And we take the shutdown checklist, please. Thrust lever, idle, engine IPS off, bleed switch,
5553,
Off.
taxi holding point,
Come on.
Bravo,
Off,
via
oxygen
hotel
off,
and Alpha.
lights.
Taxi to holding point, Bravo.
Off,
via,
engine up,
Hotel
off,
Alpha.
engine button press. Okay, so engine
555
off,
TP.
engine started press. And that's the engine shutting down there. And 2 below 24, caps pin replace. Generator 1 and 2 switches off. And then battery, park and brake, egress stop and replace, airplane secure. That's going to be the procedure complete. Okay, so switch those off. No GSX, we don't need you. You've done your thing for today. And that's it. Welcome to Penang. So, right now, looks like it's not raining, so let's get that thing open while the weather conditions are actually good. And here we are. Yup, good afternoon. How's the Vision Jet so far? I like it. So right now it's doing a pretty good job getting us from A to B. It has the problems that we are aware of. So it has the problems with the G3000 and the autopilot's not quite perfect. We've just seen the auto throttle doing its thing or not. But that's about that thing. Kanali, I've lived for 3 months in Penang and in the past, and in 6 more months near Subang Airport. Nice. So someone who actually knows the area. And Yannick, I'm on standby till 10 PM, so till 21 Zulu. Derek, donation of 6 MYR. Not much here, but enough for 1 Penang curry me. Thank you so much, my friend. Much appreciated. Very much appreciated. Okay, so we've planned our return flight already. Let's get the flight plan filed, and then we'll straight away go back. Now, SimBrief wants us in level 270. That might be a little bit high, so let's just go back into it and change that flight level manually. Like you've seen how level 200 was almost too high, so for the way back, let's take flight level 190. And that should be more than sufficient for us. And German Flight Simmer, are you excited for the MD-82? Yes, I am. Really looking forward to that stream later on. And of course, I just selected the incorrect units. We want pounds. And I think now we really have everything set up. Alright. So, as soon as SimBrief is finished, pre-file the flight onto VATSIM. Quick look in everything over here. Registration correct, IFR, we're at Cirrus SR50, light, flight level 190, departure, arrival are correct. That looks pretty correct to me. Okay, file flight plan. Finale, yeah, saw planes departing runway 04 or arriving runway 22 from my balcony. However, I don't really know the area apart from the shopping center, the airport, and my power plant. Yeah, I know that feeling. I know that feeling. Okay, new flight plan's filed. Then let's go ahead, close that door, and we'll go straight back. What's our fuel looking like at the moment? 82%, perfect, so plenty of fuel still in the plane to do the way back. And the latches are secure. Perfect. So, second sector.
Decimal 1, have a good night. 121,
Battery
decimal 1
form.
per
The
tower.
only thing I want to check real quick is if we do actually have a GPU available in here. Because that would be quite nice to have. But doesn't look like there is a GPU available, so unfortunate, but we'll be able to survive without one.
Cap 109 now. Cleared for push and start facing south.
Higher, 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 higher. Stall, stall, stall.
Okay, tests completed. Then, let me see real quick. Can we reset any of those checklists anywhere? It doesn't really look like it. Oh, it actually resets itself. Perfect. In the Honda Jet, they used to have that problem. That's why I was a little thinking about it.
Level 168.
Then, utilities, initialization. And we start at the top. Database is in, system tests done, fuel. We'll copy it from the fuel on board. Weight and balance. We have pretty much the same loadout we had earlier. We need to accept it somehow. I guess we just need to change one value. Yeah, we'll just accept it. That shall be good enough for us. So, flight plan, options, delete, okay. Then let's go ahead and put our return flight in. Actually, before we do that, I just saw that I actually have to still show you the landing. So, Sim Toolkit Pro. Let's see that flight. So, here's what we did. And I know that you guys just want to see a single thing. So, view the landing report. Here we go. Now comes the moment of truth. So, here we are. Display threshold, aiming point. So we touched down a little bit behind that, a little bit on the left-hand side there. But that's pretty much what we saw. And the rate of descent was 60 feet per minute. Very well. I'm happy with that. Of course, next time it's going to be on the center line and on the aiming point. But you know, on such a long runway, like we have, what's that, 3,000 meters of runway or something, it's not too much of a problem to flare it a little bit in order to get a smoother touchdown. Okay, perfect. In that case, we can continue with our flight plan. Load latest, that fits, fly now. We looked at the weather already. We have plenty of fuel on board, so no need to load up anything additional. Then let's go ahead with the setup. At origin, we're in Whiskey Mike, Kilo Papa, Penang, and we are going towards Whiskey India Mike Mike. Kuala Namu. Okay. Procedure, departure. We have the Madam 1 Alpha departure. Which is up here. And that looks quite okay to me. Reload that. Okay, good. Golf 468 to Gotla. And finally for our arrival, we have the Gotla 2 Delta arrival planned. Load that. And for the approach, what do they have? ILS 23. Okay, easy. HOTAS looks right. Load that as well.
Okay, 1090, taxi when you point Alpha by
Perfect.
Echo, contact tower 121.1.
Charts, departure, runway 04 on off departure, so I guess that is what we're looking at. Yep. But let's do that in the full version of things. Like this, okay. So, straight out, 1200, right turn a Litby, below 5000. Now let's put all that lovely stuff in. Then we have Litpi, 5,000. Mach 2, 6,000. Kapma above 8,000. It's too bad we can't put above or below restriction here yet. Then going on to Dapsy, that's above 11,000. And finally to Madum, also above 11,000. Alright, perfect. So all that stuff is in. That's our route. Let's see if there is any text we should be aware of. Just some minimum climb gradients. Doesn't look like there's an initial altitude on it, so that seems pretty fine with me. Okay. Then let's go ahead and get our RFR clearance. Looks like the HOTAS is dead. Well, unfortunate, but if that's all we can do, that's all we can do. Penang ground, hello, November 737, November Golf, Sierra Fox 50, information, Golf request clearance.
7 November Golf. November Golf, stand by clearance.
Okay, standing by. So, nav source back to GPS, speed box, we take the takeoff box, and that's pretty much it then. I guess they probably have to do some coordination here with the en route ATC units before they can actually give us the clearance. I guess that's what's currently going on in the background. And that is probably the reason why we're waiting as well. But for as long as we're waiting, we can go ahead and read some of the checklists. So before start, checklist. Pre-flight inspection, complete, doors latched, park and brake on, battery switches on, generator switches on, drum power is removed, and verify FADIC channel is displayed. It is. November 737 November Golf, ready to copy.
November Golf, Yoke to Kuala Manu via the radar 1 departure. Runway 04, initial climb 6,000, squawk 2666, assign heading 042.
November 737 November Golf is cleared to Kuala Manu via Veda 1 departure, runway 04, climb 6,000 feet, squawk 2666.
November Golf, assign heading 042.
November Golf, say again.
November Golf, assign heading 042.
Heading 042, November Golf.
November.
Okay, so we are going via radar vectors then, on a heading of 042, and climbing 6,000 feet on the squawk of 2666. Now comes the big question, do we trust GSX to get us out of here? Or is that just gonna mess up once again? So are we just going to start up the engine on here and then taxi straight out? I have a feeling we are going to do the latter today. And Ufran, hello, I'm doing good, and you? Konali, 10 euro that GSX will screw up. I hold that one. I hold it. Let's get GSX. Why does it go into continue pushback? We'll take Malaysia services. They spawn at an incorrect location already. Anything happening now? Yeah, slowly but steadily. Let's see. I'm excited to see what GSX has up for us today.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Yeah, you are not ready for pushback. You have nothing connected yet.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
So, what's gonna happen? Did he just say departure check completed? Normally, part of the departure check would be the connection of the tug. But that doesn't seem to be too important. So, here we go. I'm scared. What's he doing? That looked interesting.
Looking here.
Okay, presetting that climb speed, and then we're pretty much done. November Golf, start Bravo 9, request pushback and startup.
November Golf, push start proof runway 04.
Push start proof runway 04, November Golf. Okay, to the left.
Release parking brakes.
So, strobe light on, engine start checks, strobes on, cast method is checked, thrust lever idle, brakes. Okay, we'll wait until the pushback is completed for that. So, release parking brake.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Look at that vertical speed. But we're pushing. At minus 7,000 feet a minute, but we're pushing. How's that looking from the outside? What is this? Remove before flight. I have a feeling that should not be there by now. And I have a feeling we need a new nose wheel tire. He's hand cranking it. Yeah. Metal Eye, I've been shot to 50 feet once by GSX in the Phoenix, including a 2000-degree front wheel. Yeah. That is like what I normally expect GSX to do. But this does look, well, quite unhealthy down here with the nose wheel. Look at that. November Golf.
November Golf. Reclear flight 180.
Set parking brakes.
Reclear flight 180, November Golf. Okay, well, not the best, but kinda okay.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
Oops. Okay,
Stall.
I better set that parking back there
Stall.
before anything happens.
Stall. 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 Stall.
Oh, let's start the engine up. Let's start the
Stall.
engine.
Stall.
I am a bit concerned by that speed
Stall.
indication there.
Stall.
So, brakes,
Stall.
hold, engine
Stall.
knob run, fuel
Stall.
pump message
Stall.
check, verify engine start, battery temperature not shown. Okay, engine button press. Let's start the engine. 80 knots. I'm wondering if I should try to pull the elevator right now. But I have a feeling I should just try not to touch anything. 80 knots still. Okay, that looks like a good start. On the engine at least. Is he gonna do anything? Come on, the brake is set, isn't it? Yes, it is. Is that brake reset button gonna do anything? No. So did GSX once again hang up then? I'm a bit afraid to reset it now, because the aircraft might think it's at 90 knots then. But if you are wondering how the Phoenix all of a sudden thinks that the brakes are overheating, I guess that's it. I guess it's trying to do full braking, but the speed doesn't come down. And GSX hang itself up. Good job. Okay. I just killed the Throttle manager. But the speed is still up. Wind gauge is showing 030 at 5. I have a feeling I'm going to be thrown into the air in a moment. Well, let's see. So, engine start. Checklist continued. Engine anti-ice checked, IPS off, ECU control panel is set. External GPU disconnected, Thrustmaster on, avionic initialization complete. Caps pin removed and stowed, passengers briefed, seat belts on, bleed switch on. Before taxi checks. Comms, nav and GPS. Set, clearance obtained, altimeter. Set, check, transponder. Set, heading and initial altitude. Wait a moment, he cleared us to level 180. In. Set, flight controls free correct, trim 6 units, flaps 50%, electric trim checked, toga button pressed, cast messages checked, seats must be upright, park and brake, and brake check. Okay, good. November Golf, request taxi. This is going to be scary now. Starting the taxi with that speed indication. 1.0 Alpha 04 by Kilo and Echo November Golf. I'm a bit afraid to release the park and brake right now. Our taxi route, Alpha is straight ahead. Okay. Let's try. Let's release that brake. Indicated speed reduced a bit. Airplane doesn't move. Looks like we are stuck. Brake set. I try to restart the Throttle engine, but it looks like we are pretty much frozen in position. And Bob, GSX is almost worth the cost just for the entertainment. And here we go. Yeah, the moment GSX started. Oops. That didn't look good. But can we get the turn into golf? Oh boy. Good job, GSX. Are we stuck again now? Oh, we even moved with the park and brake still set. Well, we are moving once again. If I want to do a carrier takeoff on a catapult, then I will gladly take a fighter jet and go to a carrier. Thank you very much, GSX. Thank you very, very much. One to one, decimal 1, November Golf, bye. Hello, November 737, November Golf, taxiing holding point Alpha, runway 804.
November 737 November Golf, Lou, are you ready for immediate departure?
Negative.
Roger, continue holding point Alpha.
Continue holding point Alpha November Golf.
Penang 958 Alpha Golf on 8 miles per hour 404.
Okay, let's read the before takeoff checklist.
170305 knots, runway to the best west, runway 04, clear to left.
Clear to land 04, 8 Alpha Golf.
Departure briefing complete. Landing lights. Yeah, well, we can use them as taxi lights. On, probe heat. Oh boy. And nothing works again. Okay, I'll just taxi to a holding point, and then we do the checklist when we're there. But that's what I meant on yesterday's live stream. Never be afraid to say unable for an immediate departure. You can always be unable. And it doesn't hurt anyone. Okay, parking brake set, then let's do the checklist now. Departure briefing complete. Landing lights as required, and since we're standing again, they're off. Probe heat on, engine anti-ice off, wing stabilizer anti-ice off, CAS messages checked, trim 6 units, flaps 50%, verified takeoff emergency battery, CAS message not displayed. It's not displayed. MFD configure before takeoff checks complete. Normal takeoff, we'll just click that away so that we have the after takeoff checklist available. Okay, so we want the departure chart up here. And then on the left side we want our map. November Golf, ready for departure.
November Golf, departure after 2 landings.
Roger. Okay, so 2 landings might take a couple minutes then. Konali, €5 donation, thank you very much. I didn't lose the bet, but you helped me a lot with your A310 tutorials. My pleasure, my friend. Thank you very much for the support. We don't really see a lot, but there should be an airliner coming out of there in a few moments. I hope. And there he is. Let's see how that landing is gonna turn out. That is pretty low. That is really low. Flare, 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 and... well, a bit behind the marker. Pretty low on the approach, but after all, smooth touchdown behind the markers. So, you know... and vacating into Alpha. So the low approach might have been a tactic of the pilot, actually.
Continue Bravo, Hotel Alpha, contact ground 1206.
Continue Bravo, Hotel Alpha.
The pilot might just have taken it in so low deliberately in order to touch down right at the beginning to make that first exit there. But needless to say, you're not supposed to do it. But also needless to say that from time to time it might...
November Golf, behind the A320 on short final, line up near brake runway 04 behind.
November Golf behind the A320 on short final, line up runway 04 behind. And Jeff, new to VATSIM, what do planes look like where people don't have the plane installed in the sim? Does VATSIM have placeholder models? Well, yeah, pretty much like this one. I'm fairly sure this is not actually an A330 over there, but that they flew something else. Okay, so next one should be coming in a moment. Let's try to catch that one from the inside. as we have our lineup clearance already. He's set on short final. There he comes. Is he established on the taxiway? Good.
Looks like a scenery offset.
Scenery offset, they say. Well. There he is.
Yep, he's on the grass area.
Yep. Well, then we just go ahead and line up. The checklist was complete. That's the way to do it. It was auto. Harrison Ford schmuck landing incoming. Yep.
November Golf, F1 132.8, runway 04, clear for takeoff.
Airborne 132.8, runway 04, clear takeoff. November Golf. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so timer, reset, start, takeoff. Take a thrust set, indications normal. Knots. Rotate. Auto freight, gear up. Look at that guy down there. Speed above 120, flaps up.
7710 ready to descend.
7710 descend to flight level 150.
Descend flight level 150, my end 7710.
233, turn right heading 070, cleared ILS approach runway 07.
Is that climb for us?
Heading, turn left heading 070 and clear ILS approach runway 04, we can
Approach hello, November 737 November Golf, passing 1200, final level 180, heading 042.
November 737 November Golf and Bermuda, hello again, identified. Continue climb flight level 180, passing 6,000 feet, right heading 180.
Flight level 180, when passing 6,000, turn right heading 180, November 737 November Golf. Okay, so heading select, level change, autopilot.
109 resume navigation.
Then we accelerate 165 knots again.
My SM710 cleared into Malacca, Dumo 1 Sierra arrival, ILS 03.
That looks amazing.
Cleared to Malacca,
this looks amazing.
Arrival, ILS approach runway 03, my SM710.
Lovely graphics here. And lovely terrain as well here, you know. Okay, after takeoff checklist. Or climb checklist. Thrust lever, MCG, engine parameters monitor, cabin pressure monitor, it's climbing. And differential is building up, that's the most important thing here. Ice protection off, and standing by at the altimeter.
When ready, descend to 7,000 feet, QNH 1008.
That looks so slow.
Cat 6130, Kambu is available.
Okay, when passing 6000, make the right turn. The ATC probably didn't expect us to take that long for the turn either. But, you know, we can't have it all.
Wagoner 233, contact...
Okay, approaching 6000, try turn 180.
1, good day.
Wagoner 121, decimal 1, Wagoner 233.
Cat 109er, 47, contact Medan approach 121.02, good day.
That is a huge bridge over here, isn't it? The visibility outside the Vision Jet cockpit is really good.
Cat 6316, welcome to Langkawi.
I mean, the plane really flies itself here on the autopilot. And put that auto throttle back on, even though I don't really trust it too much, but fine. This is amazing scenery. If I think back to the days of P3D, where this would probably just have been desert,
so you can expect RMP Zulu by...
This really looks amazing. Really looks amazing.
Kuala Lumpur radar, Scandinavian 402 heavy, a very good evening to you. Cruising at flight level 370, inbound.
Metal Eye, 23.99 donation. Enjoy the P40F from Unibuild releasing today. I wanted to gift you that aircraft, so have fun. Thank you very much, Metal Eye. You will see it featured. You will see it featured shortly.
Next, sir, you can expect RMP Zulu approach via Kambu.
And Masoto, clouds will be clipping into the terrain and flickering all over in P3D. Oh yes.
Cat 6124, cleared ILS approach runway 04.
And flight level 1.
Cleared ILS approach runway 04, Cat 6124.
Landing lights off.
Kuala Lumpur radar, Scandinavian 402. Yeah, I understand about the flight plan. I took the same arrival procedure as the one coming from the north, so that's why. But I can change that if you would like to.
Scandinavian 402, roger. I'll see if I can find an
Ouch,
alternate
that hurt.
plan for you. For now, just maintain your current route.
Thank you very much. I just thought it might be easier if you had all the aircraft coming in from the same direction, so that's why.
Okay, and we're almost passing transition levels. That's standards.
Stand by.
Passing level 109, climbing 180. Which then is the crunch.
Roger. Cap 6130. Stand by. Okay, 6130.
That looks like a microburst. Look at this. That could really be a microburst there. You can see how you've got that small, compact piece of air that's falling down from the overall sky above. It hits the ground, and then it goes off like this. This really looks like a microburst. Does anyone know if Asobo actually simulates those? Because it really looks perfectly spot on.
Scandinavian 402, I sent you a new flight plan. Let me know when you've inputted that into your FNC, and I'll give you further instructions.
Okay,
Okay,
looking at the
roger.
weather radar
Very
along
much,
our route,
Scandinavia
we will want to
402.
avoid that one. Where's the wind coming from? Straight ahead at 10 knots, so from here, so that's gonna drift
November
southbound
10,
towards our
37, November
route.
Golf, right turn direct Gotla.
Right turn direct Gotland, November 77, November Golf. Okay, we'll go direct there, and then we'll deviate as soon as we get closer. So, Gotland. And GPS.
55533, be advised, instruction was to descend by the star. You might run into some terrain, sir.
You might run into some terrain, sir.
Landing to 3000.
55533, standby.
That would have been golden if we heard the GPWS behind that pilot. Like, pull up, pull up.
55533, climb to 3000, G.
That would just have been golden.
Landing 3000, 55533.
Well, nice like this as well. Where's my heading not jumping? Why is that synchronizing on a heading of 351? Well, I guess I don't even want to know.
Descend to flight level 240, maintained by top board.
Okay,
Send
so
and
that
maintain
routing
flight
is
level 240,
kind of keeping us clear of the weather. We might want to take a couple degrees further left just before we get there.
Descend to flight level 240 to maintain. Please repeat, 256.
Maintained by...
It would have been great if that guy had a GPWS behind
Maintained
him.
by
That would
waypoint
just have been
for
great.
256.
Kuala Lumpur radar, Scandinavian 402 is now on my way to...
Mosoto, I would recommend an immediate terrain escape maneuver at your earliest convenience, sir. Oh boy, that would have been great. That would have been great.
Director of Bo, and that's the one that I'm on. Do you know what arrival procedure that will be in effect coming closer to Singapore?
Scandinavian 402 negative, expect the arrival with Singapore radar.
Thank you very much for your support.
Alright, for now we'll just continue on our heading, and then we'll see if we have to deviate later on.
Localizer 04. 6124, contact Penang Tower 121, decimal 1 today.
1211, Break 6124, thank you.
My Air 7710, request for further descent. My Air 7710, descend to 3000 feet, QNH 1008. Descend to 3000 feet, QNH 1008, my Air 7710.
This telephone system with the controller seems pretty loud. Could you tell me on the live stream if that is actually just as loud for you guys? Because it does seem a little bit, well, personally on my side it kind of hurts in the ear as loud as it is, but yeah, Metal Eye, same thing, okay. Might have to ask the controller if you can turn that down a bit. We have one to go. Vertical speed, no, not 3000. 1000. The speedback should synchronize when it, sorry, the vertical speedback, of course, should synchronize when it comes on, but doesn't seem to be the case here.
My SSN10, request for high speed. SSN10, contact.
So let's turn the speed up a bit.
My SSN10, contact Lumpur radar 124.08.
And we have altitude capture, 180.
Lumpur radar 124.02, my SSN10.
And that's probably going to be final then. We're flying westbound, so it actually needs to be an even level. I think I found 180 is going to be good.
533, descend to 2000 feet, cleared island.
Especially seeing that we will enter the star already at Gotla, so We're pretty close to our destination already, and can in fact just start the preparation for it straight away. I just want to see how quick we can actually get this aircraft.
3,000 feet.
And we have the weather over there. Let's go heading 2204, 30 miles or so. November 737 November Golf. Request heading 220 to avoid weather for the next 30 miles.
November 737 November Golf, say again heading?
Heading 220.
737 November Golf, heading 220, approved, report clear of weather.
Heading 220 approved, will go 737 November Golf. Expect around 30 nautical miles.
737 November Golf.
Okay, heading select.
We're gonna 106,
We'll just turn around this. It's always a good idea when you're deviating around weather to tell the controllers for how many miles you expect to need that heading. So in our case, like this is 40, so around 30 miles is gonna get us just clear of the weather. So this heading should suit us rather well. I might turn another 5 or 10 degrees to the left, as I see fit, but for the moment this seems to be quite good. Sven Baumeister, hello Emanuel, is this the Bliat Express? The Jobani Rot. Yes it is. Tach. Okay, so let's have a look into our arrival already and see what we can expect over there. We'll have a look on the weather as we fly along. So, runway 23, on of arrival.
Level 168, contact 14 in.
Probably not the right shot. Let's try this one. Yep, coming in from Gotla, level 180. And then leading us via Asoti to HOTAS. So, Gotla, Asoti, HOTAS, and we have Asoti above 6,000, HOTAS at 3,000. Then let's try the ILS chart, and HOTAS 3000, final fix is at 2000, so FF 2000, that's the important one we need. And then it wants to be 4600 at HOTAS, that is in compliance with the star, as we can see over here. Then Asoti above 6,000, the 8,000 it predicts is in compliance as well, and Gotla 110, so that looks pretty good to me. Let's see what that looks like on the map. Any topper descent calculated? No, not really. Oh, doesn't matter. Fine enough for me. So I'll just keep the auto throttle where it is. It's gonna maintain max continuous thrust. And with that we're doing 295 knots true airspeed, which is literally all that we are going to need for this flight.
5523, perfect wind, calm, runway 10, set left.
Alright.
Cebu 568, contact Singapore radar 123, decimal 7 today.
Singapore on 123.7. Thank you for AT.
So that's pretty much all we need to do for the weather.
Scandinavian 402, when ready, descend to flight level.
And looking at this, we'll stay clear of this. Not by the recommended 20 miles, that's correct, but we're flying upwind of it, so that is fine for me.
402, thank you very much.
So we start entering that icing area again that we had earlier. Getting us on wing and windshield.
15784 radar, not alarm gun, identified, continue flying at level 300.
Oh, look at that, that's actually a little bit of the rain still peeling off of the windshield, so what's the outside temperature? Status and info. -4. Okay. Well, good enough.
We're gonna 106 to custom set.
106, descend to flight level 150.
Descent level 150, Wagoner 106.
So for the approach, we are looking at the ILS approach runway 23. Frequency is 10.9. And we need CRWR12 for this approach. So something like this should work. L2, 10.9, going to minimum of 230. That's a barometric minimum, we'll take that. Not sure if this overlap up here is supposed to happen, but I guess that's working title stuff and not aircraft developer stuff. Then we need the map 2 information up here, and can we get a DME somewhere? I mean, we have our DME up there, that should be good enough. And might always be a good idea to turn the traffic map on up here. And yes, I know I say that after I've completed the flight and a half without it. Sorry, still kind of new to this airplane as well. By the way, the first hotfix is coming up for it, which is, amongst others, going to fix that yaw damper problem that I pointed out in my last live stream. So I'm looking forward to see that. Yannick, I'm thinking about getting the Cessna 310R. The thing is, I already have the 414, so I don't know if I need it. Any thoughts on that?
Welcome to
yeah, indeed. Basically, the purpose of the aircraft is a little bit different. So the 414 is more like a business liner. So you would use it as an aircraft to bring people from A to B, while the 310, in my opinion, is more like an aircraft to be used for, you know, it's more like a recreational aircraft, in my opinion. November 737, November Golf, clear of weather.
Number 737, November Golf, resume on navigation, direct Gotland.
Direct Gotland, 737, November Golf. And back in the map. In the end, we had like 5 miles or so from that weather, but on the upwind side, that is perfectly fine for me.
Okay, 6130, contact Penang Tower 121.1.
Okay, unfortunately we don't get a top of descent drone here. Let me see if I can cheat about that. Map settings, other... Okay, give me the wind, give me the track. But it doesn't
okay,
seem...
1578, resume on navigation.
Fuel range is good as well. It doesn't seem to have the vertical situation display. That is unfortunate. Well, I want this. And we'll take it leg to leg. Okay, no VSD. That is unfortunate. They had it in the Honda jet, that's why I kind of thought they might have it here as well.
Did I let's approach 04, we can have 1.
But okay, let's see. Gotla at 110, that are 30 and 8,000. There is 30 miles between that. Doesn't make too much sense to me that it wants to be in 11,000 in Gotla. People might always get shortcut, but 11,000 seems too open. Let's see, 30 miles up here to get to a 30, so we can make that 180, so Gotla basically is on top of descent here. I think that should work rather well. Man, look at that weather up there. That's certainly some very strong rain. That's this part. Let's see what that looks like on the weather radar. quarter-mile range, just off to the right. Well, has to be this. Only green? Doesn't make sense. This would be amber, at least, probably red, on an actual working weather radar. Because if you look at the height that the rain is falling down there, these clouds are maybe at level 200 or higher, and that is falling all the way down to the surface. So rain coming from a cloud at level 200 that reaches down to the surface, that is incredibly strong. Especially at these temperatures. Keep in mind, we're flying in an area where we have temperatures on the ground in the region of 25 degrees Celsius and more. So that would mean that a lot of that rain would actually just evaporate as it falls down. So some of you might know what a virga is, or fault strike as they call it from time to time. That is when you have rain coming out of clouds at altitude, but that vaporizes before it reaches the ground. So if this goes all the way down, that means there is some really strong rain in there. But let's see what that's actually going to look like in Flight Simulator, so let's fly over there and let's have a look at it. And it might be a good idea then to go weather half the screen, and then on the right side we take the weather radar. Can we do anything here, like increase the gain or something? Oh, doesn't look like it. The calibrated gain button is not clickable. Because that is what I would do now. So there we have those limitations of the Asobo weather radar once again. It's really a pity. Because in an area like this, on this flight, the weather radar would be one of the most important tools that we would have in our cockpit. But unfortunately...
November Golf contact made an approach 121.2 today.
121.2, 77 November Golf, today.
Wagner 106, contact Penang Tower 121.1 today.
Approach low, November 77, November Golf, flight level 180, inbound Gotland.
November 77, November Golf, Medan radar good day. When ready, descend 10,000 via Gotland to Delta arrival. Expect ILS 2T.
When ready, descend 10,000, Gotland to Delta arrival, ILS 2T, November 77, November Golf. Okay, Gotland to Delta is in. ILS 2T as well, and then we have 12,000.
Right cap 893, check direct Gotland.
Direct Gotland, okay.
We'll start our descent over at Gotland. That should give us a nice and easy rate down there. And nothing there on the weather. That weather radar is absolutely incorrect. At least it does in no means match what we're seeing outside the windows here. Okay, let's start our descent, then we can make it a little bit more shallow than on the last time. 1500 feet a minute should be good. November 77, November Golf is leading flight level 180, request the QNH.
November 77, November Golf, QNH 1008.
QNH 1008, November 77, November Golf.
Police 11, Papa, confirm intercepting 042, Mike Delta November.
We intercepting Mike Delta November, so we will intercept the airport.
Police 11, Papa, turn right
okay,
heading
now we have a VNAV
050 to intercept, correction heading 060 to intercept the radio.
It's not our descent there, that's literally like 30 miles from the destination. That does not look right. We'll just check it manually.
Police 1 Papa, do you require frequency for Mike Delta November?
Well, let's go 1,000 feet a minute. And the level of arc here is really helpful. I'll just place it over here now. Then we know it's going to be...
Police 1-1 Papa, stand by, let me
bit
cross check
faster.
that.
Let's do 1,300, something like that. That should bring us into a nice position to continue our focus. So, descent checklist done.
Police 1-1 Papa, on my scope it is showing 113.0.
So, thrust levers as required, fuel elevation, 22, check, ice protection. We can turn the back
Police
off.
1-1 Papa, at your current heading you will intercept radio 042, Mike Delta November in less than 3
Guys,
nautical miles.
off, transition. Oh, sorry, altimeters 1008, seats above secure. Descent checklist.
Red Cap 893, contact Lumber Radar.
One thing we can quickly look into, once again, is the taxi routes.
Contact Lumber Radar 132.
So landing runway 23. We'll taxi either via one of those Victor or one of those Yankee routes.
November 737, November Golf, continue descent 3000.
Descent 3000, November 737, November Golf. What are we doing now? No, don't do an altitude descending. Good. I probably accidentally hit the push to synchronize button rather than actually turn it down. So that looks better. 3,000 feet set, and that will put that just ahead of the airport at 2,000 feet a minute, something like that. Should be fine. One aircraft coming straight ahead there. Look at the traffic display. See him here, maybe 12 miles out. See if we go down here. What that gives us. Yep, 12 miles, minus 4,000 climbing. By the way, watch how the auto throttle fails once again. This tells me it's doing 68%, but it's far above the speed where it's actually supposed to be. Might just about have to turn the auto throttle off and do the thrust manually instead. So that airplane has leveled off down there. November 737, November Golf, confirmed the cleared altitude is still 3,000 feet. We do have some traffic on TCAS straight ahead, 2,000 feet below.
November 737, November Golf, traffic is on your 11 o'clock. Turn right heading 270.
Right heading 270, November 737, November Golf. Okay, heading.
11 Papa traffic is also at your 10 o'clock
270.
now, maintain visual separation.
Yep, he missed it. Where is he? There he is. Okay, not gonna be an issue. But that looks a lot closer on the TCAS. If you have a look at this, 3 miles, 1,000 feet, that's just about the minimum separation. If you didn't turn us off track, that would have been a violation of the separation. And we would have been too close. Sometimes it is very good to talk to ATC indeed.
November 737, November Golf, track direct Asoti and continue via Star.
Direct Asoti, continue via Star, November 737, November Golf. Okay, direct Asoti, nav. Increase that radar descent again.
Police 11 Papa, roger.
Is that the police? The other one? Sounds a bit like it, but I'm not too familiar with call signs in this area, so might as well just be, you know, something that sounds a bit like police. Let's reduce that rate of descent a little bit. 1500 should do. Really turbulent as well, but I'm gonna keep the 250 knots. Currently I don't see it warranted to slow the airplane down any further.
Police 1 Papa confirm.
We have the standard taxi routes prepared over here.
Deviating to the right
And then on here we will take our arrival chart for now. I'm not the incorrect chart, on the incorrect side. We keep this. And then we go on the right side, charts. And arrival, sorry, approach, wireless, 23. Okay. This is what we want.
November 77, November Golf, contact. Correction, clear ILS 23, report established.
Get ILS 23, Velcro, November 77, November Golf. Okay, approach checklist.
Maiden approach, good evening, at 1578.
Prospect complete, seat must be upright, eyes protection is off,
Red Cap
light,
1578, Medan radar, good day,
on,
descent
holding it flaps.
150 when ready. Booger to Delta Rifle, expect ILS 23.
And the glide slope is alive. Let's do 500 feet a minute, start losing our speed. 17 miles to run. 110 knots should be good for now. Good. So, present heading, F1 armed, approach mode. So, shall we give auto throttle a second try, or is it going through the localizer? Ah, if we go on nav, then it actually captures the localizer. Now it's going through the glide as well. Let's try that once more. Nav, approach. Oh, we have glide slope capture. Oh, it's interesting. Certainly incorrect behavior there. Okay, so this approach is the 5,000 feet. November 77, November Golf established. Even though we are a little bit off.
November 77, November Golf. Contact tower 118.6.
118.6, 77 November Golf. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Target evening, November 77 November Golf, ILS runway 23. Continue. Okay, speed back 140. Reduce minimum, that's gonna be 9 or 0 knots. November 77 November Golf. He probably tries to get somebody out in front of us. So 90 knots is set, and speedbox, you can give me the speedbox for the landing, please. Flaps 50%. Gear down.
Kuala Number Tower, World Cargo 712, selamat malam, one holding short at Charlie, runway 23, ready for takeoff.
Okay, complete the approach checks. And landing flaps.
Plan for immediate takeoff and expect traffic at 155 over World Cargo 712.
Okay, landing checklist. Landing gear down and locked, flaps down, cabin differential, spot. Roger. Windshield IPS off and autopilot airspeed to go. Lovely coastline down here. Pack, I do very much like the graphics. The visuals in Microsoft Flight Simulator are just awesome, aren't they?
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Why do we get a don't sink?
Sink.
We are literally right on the approach.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Autopilot disconnect. We do it manually.
Don't sink.
If anybody knows how we can cancel that don't sink warning, then please let me know.
Don't sink. 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 Don't sink.
Okay, we're on the glide slope. Poppy is showing 3 reds. That is okay.
Don't sink.
Approaching minimum.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Minimum. Continue.
Don't sink. Don't
Now
sink.
come on, terrain warning. You're
Don't
annoying.
sink.
Go away.
Don't sink. 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 Don't
Happy
sink.
4 reds, even though we're on
Don't
the glide slope.
sink.
Good job, Microsoft. A little bit high, and we are. Come on. Down. So we take the next taxiway to the left. Even though it does seem like it's made for the opposite direction. 737 November Golf, can we vacate left here? Ah, here's the taxi line.
7 November Golf, Roger, take a left on Echo and contact ground 130, that's okay.
Left Echo 130, 737 November Golf, thanks, bye.
Bye. Kita 122, wind company 108, runway 23, clear for takeoff.
Ground below, November 77, November Golf, vacating it on Echo.
November 737, November Golf, taxi. Do you have any reserved gate? Do you have any gate tonight?
Anything that is not directly at the passenger terminal, so anywhere where we can park a private jet, 737 November Golf.
November Golf. Okay, no worries. Taxi to gate of choice via taxiway Alpha, right on Alpha 1, Tango, and then right on Uniform, and then the gate should be on your right or on your left.
737 November Golf, taxi gate Sierra 5 via Alpha, Alpha 2, Tango, Uniform.
Negative, after Alpha, Alpha 1.
Alpha 1 instead, roger. Okay, so... Alpha, Alpha 1, Tango, Uniform. Okay. So, like this. That routing is understood. After landing checklist. Flaps up, NTS off, probe heat off, exterior lights set, brakes checked, after landing check is complete. Then gate Sierra 5, I don't even want to try GSX, that would just end. And Metal Eye, she's just afraid of GSX, that's why she doesn't want to sink. Yeah. Well, me too. Okay, so Alpha 1 is over here, into Tango, straight ahead. Then we have Uniform next to the right. And then gate 5 is the last on the right hand side before we get to the terminal. So that's gate 3, gate 4, next up is going to be 5 then. Over here. Thank you very much for the great event. See you next time.
Thank you for flying the event. I hope you enjoy the event. And see you next time again. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.
Thanks, you too. Okay, so parking brake is set. Transponder standby in 2000. Then let's do the shutdown checklist. Thrust lever idle, engine IPS off, bleed switch fresh, oxygen master off, lights off. Well, we can keep the strobe light until the engine is off. So, engine knob off, engine stop button press, and it's shutting down. And 2 below 24, cast pin replace, generators off, lights off, parking brake set, and batteries off. So that's it. And finally, the most important thing. So here we are. Thank you very much for flying, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this. I will be live in about an hour and 20 again with the MD-80, doing my very first flight in Microsoft Flight Simulator on the MD-80 from Rome to Istanbul. So I hope that I will see a couple of you again over then. Until then, Metal Eye, can you call the GSX stairs? I'm just curious to see what would happen. Okay. I can do that. Let's request deboarding. Or at least I would like to. The menu doesn't seem to work. Now it does on the second attempt. What is gonna happen? Well, looks like nothing. It might be aware of the height of the exit. Yep, nothing happens. The bus is coming directly, so I guess they are just going to disembark directly without the stairs. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll keep this one running until GSX has actually finished its stuff. But let me already say thank you very much for being here. I hope to see you again on the stream with the MD-80 in about an hour or so. Until then, thank you very much for watching. As always, like, comment and subscribe, and if you do want to support the channel, you can do so through the Buy Me a Coffee link in the video description below, or through Patreon, or by using one of the YouTube super features. But that's going to be it from my side. Thank you very much, everyone. And do we have a passenger coming? Anyone? Well.
Do you want to deboard crew?
Yes, we can deboard the pilots as well. Oh no. Now it's sending a separate crew bus. Okay, well, I'm not going to wait that long. Thank you very much, everyone. See you next time, and hopefully